2 weeks ago in Monaco, the home of motorsports, every team had the same goal: to get to Dakar. A great number of them have now had the chance to experience the magic and excitement of 2 intense weeks in the desert, and then to finally cross the line in Lac Rose in Dakar. Emotions were high as everyone relived the highs and lows of this incredible race. 22 kilometres of timed stage from Nieuwkoop to Lac Rose was the icing on the cake for everyone who worked so hard to get here. "45 bikes were on the start line in this 11th AfricaEcoRace. 36 made it to the end. The warriors on 2 wheels really pushed their limits, but their reward was seeing incredible views throughout. Let's have a look. And of course, there had to be a winner. Once more this year he was Italian. Alessandro Batturi is a worthy successor to Paolo Cecchi's crown. In his first Africa race, the former pro for Husqvarna and Yamaha has won 4 stages. The sound of Mauritania didn't seem to pose too many problems, and he kept his rhythm throughout the rally. Congratulations to everyone. I'm delighted to have won because I really, really wanted it. It's been a dream. Again, I would like to dedicate the win to my mum, who died a few months ago. Also to my friends who died racing and who would have loved to have seen this, but sadly are no longer here. I dedicate to them because they were always with me, especially my mechanic, Domenico. In the final classification, Alessandro Batturi wins his first AfricaEcoRace only 4 minutes and 54 seconds ahead of Paul Anders Ulevalseter after over 6,000 kilometres of racing. Simone Agazzi is third, putting Yamaha, KTM and Honda in the top 3. In the car category, the motivation was identical. The race was tough on everyone, but once into Senegal, they could smell the finish line and everything it represented after 2 weeks. Let's look at their fortnight. This year, experience won the race. He has driven all over the world, and despite hanging up his boots 3 years ago, the most consistent throughout was Jean-Pierre Strugo, along with François Borsotto. Such a joy to be here. It's not really the 22 kilometres, but the first place. It's the icing on the cake for a great rally, a consistent rally with a good team. And then it's due to 20, 25, 28 years in Rally Raid. My favourite memories are the race itself, when we placed highly the second stage when we were second and the others took ages to arrive, and not having any particular troubles throughout. In the final classification, 3 Optimus buggies on the podium with Jean-Pierre Strugo ahead of David Girard and the Julians. Elizabeth Jacinto's truck is 5th, sitting between Yves Froment and Patrick Martin. teams also had goals, the same as everyone else, to reach Dakar in an SSV. These little fast buggies are a joy to drive, especially in the sand and dunes. This is now a category with some clout. Here is a look at their 2-week journey. And the best of them this time round was Rudy Roxelane. He is currently dominating the category in Europe, but was looking for an international victory. Now he has done it and succeeds Jean-Hugues Moniron as this year's victor. He has been waiting for this for a very long time. That's it. 40 years I've been dreaming of coming to Lac Rose, and we've won. We did not expect that. It's magic. It reminds me of the programs I used to watch when I was a kid. The Marrow brothers, René Mech, all those drivers. And now we're here. There were so many supporters. It's great. It doesn't seem real yet. It will take a while to sink in. We'll get there. 6 months of work and a whole team. It's paid off and it's perfect. In the GC in the SSV category, Rudy Roxelane showed great consistency and took first place ahead of the Fritin brothers Bruno and Benoit. Behind them, Jean-Luc Pizon-Cucicaldi, Alain Biard and the solo Claudio Barbu. Watching these mighty beasts of the desert thundering across the dunes makes everyone's heart beat just a little bit faster. 8 of them made it safely to Dakar and the fans were out in force to welcome them to Lac Rose. Here's how they made us all smile for 2 weeks. For so long, she had no luck at all. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, Elizabeth Jacinto hoped that this would be her year following 2 previous abandons. She refused to give up and get discouraged, and it paid off. She is this year's winning truck driver. Never say you can't make it. If you do, you give up. It's so difficult to always be motivated and keep strong and keep working. And the good times always last longer than the bad times. For this reason, we must always keep trying to find the way forward. The final truck GC is as follows. For the first time in the history of the race, a woman takes the win. Elizabeth Jacinto beats the ever-youthful Noel Essers into second place. The Dutchman Elfrink is third, followed by Van Valsen, Tomacek and Igor Bowens. At the end of this grand adventure, we always like to catch up with the race director, Jean-Louis Schlesser. Beaming but visibly tired, he was extremely proud of his event. Here is the summary as told by the current Rally Raid record holder. It was a great race for the bikes. What is remarkable is that the pace was set by Boturi, leaving 4th, but winning on the very first stage, which put him 6 or 7 minutes ahead from day one. He hung on to them throughout and finishes with 7 minutes over Paul. It was a great race. Without taking anything away from Olav Alseter, it's great that Boturi has won because we had such a huge Italian contingent this year. I'm pleased because he's someone with an extraordinary mental strength. In the cars, honestly, Jean-Pierre Strugo is a long-standing friend, and that he won the Africa race is a real treat. He really has the mentality of this race. He was made for this. He has a huge amount of experience. He knew how to manage the last few days as leader and raced a great race. In the truck category, Elizabeth has worked so hard for so many years with George to bring their team here. And here they are. They're loyal to the AfricaEcoRace. The fact that she won makes me incredibly happy for her. This will help her in the future. Onto the SSVs, and a great battle between the two Fretin teams and Roxelane. Roxelane drove a very sensible race throughout. The others had many highs and lows. Our friend Ruffier is also here. He's the master of this race and had a very good race in his SSV. Honestly, not much else to say. All I can hope is that next year there will be even more of them. My favorite image is from Friday's stage, when I saw the pass that climbed up from Attar up to the plateaus. It was magnificent. Seen from above, it was very beautiful. I was at 10,000 feet. It's very rare to see them. In general, we don't see the teams because we're so high, and with the light, we don't see them. But I could see them and enjoy the race all day. I was also lucky to see them at Ouadane. I saw the huge volcano there. These are the things I will remember. Every day I set down in completely improbable and untracked places. It's a total joy. Last year I wanted to go out to Tajika, but the road wasn't completely finished. I didn't want the assistance vehicles to have to come 2,000 kilometers to meet us. So in theory, we could go to Tajika. I really hope so. So another edition of the AfricaEcoRace has come to an end. 2019 has been marked with tough navigation and stunning landscapes. That's all from us. See you next year. Bye-bye.